the man.
St. Louis Cardinals, 1941, 1963. Holds many National League records. Among them, games played, 3,026. At bat, 10,972 times. 3,630 hits. Most runs scored, 1,949. Most runs batted in, 1,951. Total bases, 6,134. Led National League in total bases 6 years. Slugging percentage 6 years. Most valuable player 1943, 1946, 1948. Lifetime batting average 331. I can only be describing one man, Stan Musial.
Stan grew up in Donora, Pennsylvania. He was an outstanding high school basketball and baseball player and almost did not become a Cardinal. Stan was offered a basketball scholarship to the University of Pittsburgh, and his father, a Polish immigrant, wanted his son to go to college. Stan wanted to play baseball, really wanted it.
Cardinal scout wanted to sign me, and he came up to our house 3 times, and my dad wouldn't want to sign, so I finally talked to my mother. I said, Mom, see if you can get Dad to sign my contract, because I was only about 17. Finally, he consented, but he was begrudgingly, he consented.
His minor league career started as a hard-throwing left-handed pitcher, but Stan hurt his shoulder diving for a ball while playing in the outfield, and his pitching career was over. That was good for Stan and great for the Cardinals because, much to the surprise of Cardinals owner Branch Rickey, Stan Musial could hit.
Mr. B. Schotten, Barney Schotten was known, no player here and later a manager for me, and later a manager at Brooklyn, won a pennant. He was the manager of the Columbus Club, and at breakfast, and that morning when I occasioned to visit in the Columbus Club in Hollywood, Florida, he said to me, do you know about a batsman by the name of Musial? I said, I never heard of him. I know a pitcher, a left-hand pitcher. He said, sent here to pitch to your hitters for practice. He said, I want to show you where he hit a ball in this park out here. And that morning when we went out to the field, he showed me where he'd hit the ball on the bank of the railroad in right center over the fence. And I asked him, I said, did you see him hit it? And he said, he did. I said, if you hadn't seen it, you would hardly believe it. I said, I wouldn't. Well, I said, if you don't mind, I won't either.
In an era when the Cardinals had hundreds of players in their minor leagues, Stan sprinted through the system. In 1941, going all the way from a Class C team in Springfield to the major leagues. He played 12 games at the end of that season for the Cardinals, had 6 hits in a doubleheader, and hit .426. So at age 21, he was in the big leagues to stay. Stan was an outfielder for the Cardinals, but when the Redbirds' regular first baseman was struggling,
Eddie Dyer asked me one day if I would take first base for several days till we got Sister squared away. Never did play first base, but if he'd wanted me to, I'd try for a few days and see how it worked out. I stayed there 10 years.
hitting .331 over 22 seasons, Stan had few equals. One of them was a guy named Williams.
Through the years, they knew that either you or I were going to lead the league. Of course, you know.
I got to say, you were my target every year. I said, whatever he hits, I got to hit it good or better. And I also told my son the other day, and this is the truth.
Yeah.
John Henry, my young son's here. I said, John Henry, I said, do you see Mr. Musial again? I said, you tell him that your father said that if there was a better hitter than he was, it was Stan Musial. That's right. That is right.
One of Stan's most memorable days, May 5th, 1954, the day he hit 5 home runs in a doubleheader. Stan appeared in 24 All-Star games, was great to the end, hitting .330 at age 42. Consistent? Well, Stan had 1,851 hits at home, 1,851 hits on the road. He had 2 hits in his last game. The last one past a young Cincinnati second baseman named Pete Rose.
Take a good look, fans. Take a good look. This might be the last time at bat in the major leagues. Remember the stance and the swing. The pitch to Musial. A hot shot on the ground into right field, a base hit. Here's throw around third. Here's a no throw. The Cardinals lead 1-0. Listen to the crowd. Listen to the crowd.
He is St. Louis. He is the greatest Cardinal. Here stands baseball's perfect warrior. Here stands baseball's perfect knight.
Now I want to thank the wonderful, fine people of St. Louis. The spirit of St. Louis is here for my mother and the Musial family for making me a Cardinal forever. Thank you.
The St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame proudly welcomes the athlete of the century, Stanley Frank Musial.